Hi guys, I'm hoping I'm live because this is like my third time of trying now. Because my tablet was acting up and it wouldn't open the video section. So I'm hoping I'm now live. So I apologise for my lateness. Yes, right, okay, so my phone's told me I am live, so hopefully we will remain that way. Oh, Gordon, now I'm talking to myself. How hideous. Hi guys, right, okay. So as you join, I'm aware I'm a bit late, so we're just going to hang on a few minutes because they might have assumed that I wasn't coming, and I am. And sorry there's no title for the video, because it all deleted when it wouldn't go live. So, you know. Great. So yeah, if you could do a like and a share and a comment and all this sort of thing, because it'll tell other people I'm live if you do that, which is great. Hi Alison, hi Ali, hi Sam, hi Sue, hi Jacqueline, hi Joe, hi Sonia, hi everybody. Right, yeah, so like I said, we're just going to wait a few minutes and then we're going to get into it, okay? So tonight what we're going to do, happy Tuesday everyone, sorry. It is Tuesday, isn't it? All that bank holiday weekend, it just does mess you about. I'm sure it's Tuesday. Any road. I hope you all had a nice Easter weekend and what have you. Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have a look through the brand new releases coming to Create and Craft next Tuesday, okay? Which also means you get a bonus Sally live, because Sally's going to do Try Out Tuesday next week. You lucky ducks. Alright, so everybody said, oh, that was a bit of a pre-doobroo, wasn't it? But has everyone had a good weekend? Is everyone doing alright? Weather was a bit funny changeable today, wasn't it? Considering how it has been. But what can you do? While we're waiting for a few more people to jump on and then we'll get started, do you want to see what I did? I don't know if you saw. If you're on the Be Crafty Stamps group, and if you're not, why not? That's where Sally holds our awesome challenge and we do the ATC swaps and blah, 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 blah. But you may have seen the other day because I made this list. And I will actually put it in the Be Crafty Stamps group so you can keep track of your inkables and do a stock list of yours as well, if you like. This is the list of every single inkable we sell, even ones that are now discontinued that I've put lines through and whatever. So this is the list of every single one we sell. So as I was sorting out my craft room, I was going through and I was writing them all down. Okay. Look at all these multiples. So I have 3 butterfly multis. I have 4 splats. 2 trees, 2 sunset larges. Lots of extras. But not only did I do this. Nay. Right. If you go to this little tub here, I'm going to get this out because these are going to have little pockets, but they don't have any just yet. Okay. These are my 6x6 inkables in alphabetical order. So, for example, if I want to look for the Metalwork Alpha, my mandalas and easy frames are in wallets of their own. So Metalwork Alpha, so I know that's Mondrian, you see, so I know Metalwork Alpha's got to be in front of that. Huzzah. Come on. That's impressive. Especially for me. Oh no, they're not clean yet, Sarah. Jeez, let's just not, like... See, there was a line and you went straight over it. I mean... How long will they stay that way, Alison? Not a clue. I can only imagine it won't be long. But they are like it now. That's the point. Sam, you've got a pot like that. She does have a pot like that. And I'll tell you whose pot it is. It's mine. And it's got all my Pretty Gets Gritty explosion powders in it. And she took it. And they look clean. That one looks cleanish. Honestly, if I start to flick through... I mean, in fairness, some of this is like paste and stuff that isn't coming off ever. You know. Oh, 2 bubbles, look at that. But yeah, they're not, you know, they're not all minging. But some of them, they are quite dirty. I was going to say, that's gloss spray, that ain't coming off. And that's texture paste, that ain't coming off. That's alcohol ink, that's not coming off. You know. But it's all good. It is a good exercise in getting to know your stash. Absolutely. But yeah, so for example, my mandalas, etc., because they have innies and outies, they are in a separate plastic wallet of their own, and my easy frames are in a separate plastic wallet of their own, and the smaller ones are in a plastic wallet inside the easy frame plastic wallet. I mean, come on. That's pretty good. Again, especially for me. I mean, I've got no problem admitting that especially for me. So yeah, so what I will do is I will make this list available on the Be Crafty Stamps group, so you can tick down. I have noticed, funnily enough, a lot of people don't actually like having a list like this, and the reason is that they've noticed how many gaps there are, and I can't believe I have gaps, and I have many of them. And it has to be adjusted for the new Inkables big ones that are coming next week. Right, okay, so as I have segued seamlessly into the new releases for next week, shall we have a gander? Let's do stamps first. Let's do Inkables first. So we have 3 new Inkables big ones. Now the perfect pieces of card for these, I think. Or at least one. So we've got this fabulous assorted circles. Okay, and I wanted it really random. We've got lots of circles, not as many honeycombs as we've got honeycomb. I think at last count we're now at 4 or 5 honeycombs. Anyway, we don't have a honeycomb big one actually. There you go. So, oh, Caroline, you don't want me to come and organise your darling. That was the beginning and end. So we've got lots of assorted circles. Really, really fab. Absolutely love them. And they're so useful. I started having a play. I've got to be honest, I was just messing, as in I was doing a lot of messing. I was playing with tapes and all sorts of things, and doodling through. And I was like, no, I actually better start doing something reasonably organised with the new things that will be helpful on Create and Craft next week. So what I've done is I've done these. So this was inked through with Distress Oxides. Okay, and then I spray. Yeah, this is all for launch day, so this is not available. So this will launch on Create and Craft on Tuesday of next week. Okay, so that's Tuesday the 26th. And it won't be available on Be Crafty until the end of that week, because there is now an exclusivity period. Okay, so yeah. Oh, why is there angry faces? Is that angry because you can't get it yet? Because that's okay, angry, as long as it's, yeah, because I get it. But yeah, so they'll be on the Be Crafty website at the end of next week, but they'll be available on Create and Craft on Tuesday. Okay, so this is inked through with Distress Oxides, okay, and then sprayed and then put on there, which is really, really cool. But I think, you know, it's going to be a really good one for lots more to do. I don't know why I did that for sprayer, I'm sorry. There's going to be so much more we can do with that. But I just love this sort of background here. I think it's absolutely stunning. Okay, so let's take that one out of the way. And then I'm hoping to get through this quick enough so we can actually make something as well. And then we've got this one, which is the Splats one. This one was Sam's choice. And it's just really fun. It's quite random and quite funky, which is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So, and I think this is going to be, I haven't had a chance to actually do some proper stuff with this one, just the silly messing. Honestly, I haven't done anything proper with that one yet. So I won't. Looks like chicken feet. Shaz, you need to have a real good look at your chicken. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Oh, hello, Sim Shady. I saw you sneaking. Right, okay. And then we've got this one, which, oh, I absolutely adore it. You can see, because it's really mucky. I've been having a really good play with this one. Okay. And with this one, we have sort of like an abstract circle frame. And what I've done with this one, similar to the circles, but I used sprays. So this is using dilution sprays. through, and then I didn't spritz it. I could have done to get it more fluid, but after I'd done that, I just basically inverted it straight onto there, which has given me sort of like this mottled ink look. Now this is on the Dolly Dimples Mixed Media cardstock, so it's quite absorbent, which I think is what's given me this really good mottled effect. Whereas if you spritzed it, obviously you would get a much more flowing, watery effect. But I actually really, really like that. It's come out really good, which I like. The creative team have done some absolutely amazing things. I can't wait for you guys to see. They're absolutely beautiful. But what I've also said, thank you, Lady Sims, for segueing perfectly into, you can also doodle into it. Okay. For I have done this. Okay. Absolute perfect segue. Seamless, Lady Sims. And she didn't know I doodled into it, I will say that. Okay. So I did this doodly thing. And in fairness, it doesn't take you that long. You think it does, but it doesn't. Because you just sit there doodling and messing and whatever. So what I do when I doodle is I outline first. I do all my outlines first. And then I go back in and add in other bits. And you don't have to keep the template over the top if you don't want to. I do when I'm doing the solid colour ones because I'm just messy. So, you know. But it's really fun, and I do want to do some doodling in the other two as well, because I think it just really shows them off of what you can do with them, really. So that's all I've had a chance to play with so far. I'm hoping to get a lot more done, but obviously with the kids still off school, there's still a lot happening, and yeah. But this, honestly, with any of your Inkables, Dinkables, big ones and whatever, do have a go at doodling through. They're so much fun. I mean, you've seen me do it in my bullet journal and all that sort of thing. It's just brilliant, and it's very good. Just see, for me, doodling is obviously seen as mindful a lot of the time. I actually think it's better than that. It's mindless. Do you know what I mean? You know, I know that mindful seems to be the thing, but the doodling, especially inside a template as well, is mindless. You don't have to put pressure on yourself. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to add anything else into probably what is already a very cluttered brain like mine. It's just letting it flow. Take the pressure off, which is brilliant. Because I know I need to be less in the mind, not more, not fill it up even more. So there you go. Okay, so those are the 3 new big ones. And all the original big ones will be there on a pick and mix, okay? And they're not on all the original big ones. It's only the new stuff that's on the exclusivity at C&C, okay? Everything else will be available on our website anyway. So all the big ones are on the same pick and mix at Create and Craft that was on the craft store, etc. And they'll all still be available, but these brand new 3 will be in a bundle all of their own, so that it's just easier for you to just add them in. Okay, so you can just grab them in a oneer and you're sorted. Absolutely lovely. Okay, so let's move them out of the way. And then we're going to move on to the new stamps. Okay, now, so this is Seen. This is See Me. This is Journal Art Elements 3, which is, we'll come back to that in a sec. And this is some new handwritten words by Sam. Now, like I say, these were all done the same as the other ones. So at the same time as the other ones. But they're all just sort of, and you can see why I picked these out, because these have got more bold sections in it, whereas the other ones were quite wispy. So you can see why I've put these in a set and I put the others in a set. Okay, so these are my beautiful new faces that I'm so happy with. I can't even tell you. Now, like all of our faces, none of our faces have, or for our journaling, have names. Okay, and the reason they don't have names is they can be anyone. They can literally be anyone. Okay, so it's just, I mean, very similar to how I think Dream is obviously on the more feminine featured side. I think See Me is obviously more on the masculine features side. But I think outside of that, they could be, for example, Seen could be anyone. and so on and so forth. So I think that's it. He's quite fabulous. See me as a hunk. Oh dear. You're funny. I didn't say scene like I can't say Sean. I can say Sean, but that's not called Sean. It's called scene. Stop confusing the matter. And more importantly, stop confusing me. Mother. Crying out loud. Okay. So, and then we're gonna... So let's just... You certainly have a cup of tea with him. I bet you would. I fear for his safety. But yeah, so this is why none of the journaling faces, obviously we have the little journaling girls, and I want to add some journaling boys to that, whatever. But on the whole, the faces in the art stamps are very much, they're quite, you know, could be anyone, which is absolutely fab. Alright. So it's just about, and because I think it doesn't matter, I think a lot of the faces we do, well, because how many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, several. Anyway, not that that matters. I want them to be a mood rather than a masculine face or a feminine face or whatever. It's more of a mood. Because I'm moody. No, yeah. But yeah, to be honest. So that you can art journal how you're feeling rather than... I was going to say who you're feeling. Oh dear. But anyway. So yeah. So I've got these. Now, you'll notice the journal art elements in this set are... they're not more delicate, to be honest. Let me just get my original journal art elements set. Now, these are quite broad stroke and dense, and I think as well I've managed to work a way that I can pack a bit more in and whatever, which is great because obviously more in better, just is. So in this one we've got a much finer circle. We've got these wicked circles here that patch together quite nicely. I've done some taping things with those just to get more in. And now what I have added, and this was specifically for Sam. Okay, evoke an emotion, exactly. Or if you have an emotion that you want to get on a paper, really, that's what I was going for. You know, if you want to journal out your mood, that, because I'm a big believer in that. So these numbers, these were done specifically for Sam. Okay, because you only have to watch Sam Art Journal once or twice, and she'll tell you that the numbers on the coffee stains are her favourite stamps in the whole world because she can use them for everything, blah 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 blah. She's consistent, if nice else. One also would say she's repetitive, but she's consistent. So on this one, I had this gap, and I was just like, do you know what? I actually made a gap for it. I adjusted so I could do it quite big and quite large. So yeah, because when you work with your big sister, it's just easier to keep her happy. That's, you know, makes life easier. So that's what you should do. Okay, so there, this is Journal Art Elements 3. Now, the reason we're numbering the handwritten words in the Journal Art Elements is these have been really popular over the last year or so when we started doing them. So we want people to be able to like basically continue with the series because they do all work together, and your journal art elements are real workhorse stamps. They're the stamps you keep on your desk because they add and they mix with any other stamps you've got. So you know what I mean? It's just to try and keep those, you know. So why have you only just started? That's a bit rude. Also, I will say, just briefly, I say these will be going on to our website at the end of next week, but that will just be the individuals, not the bundle. Okay, so, I'm just thinking, see, now I've got a problem, because I've tidied up some of my stamps, and I don't know where some of them are. Oh, here we go. So yeah, you'll see on, look, it's lettered, coffee stain, stitches, and large numbers. I know, right? This is not going to last, like, at all. But I'm trying. Okay, so yeah, you can see we've got these little numbers here. So I have sort of readjusted them. They're not in the same pattern. The 7, 8, 9 is bizarrely close though, considering I did it separately. But yeah, to mix it up, and I've added some of the splats to go with this sort of paint swoosh here. And the paint swoosh again is for if you like that sort of effect, but you don't like getting messy, or you don't have paints that you want to do that with, you can stamp that sort of thing in and overlay it and things like that. Okay. Right, so I was thinking, do you want to have a play and we'll make something with them, or do you want me just to go through them and stamp them, or what would you prefer? I will say we've got 2 more lives coming up this week using these fantastic stamps. We've got Sam using them tomorrow in Crafting Together with All Brands, and Sally is going to use them on Thursday. So there's going to be plenty coming up for you to see them used, so it's totally up to you. Okay. They do, yeah, I mean, these are great for projects in their own right as well. And like I say, they will work with other stamps in your collection. It's not just... We are not silly enough to believe that you don't own any of the stamps but ours, because that would be daft. Really, wouldn't it? But it's just... having to think. Right, so let's gather these up. Okay, and we're gonna have a bit of a mess. I am feeling... the Black Dino White Clay, I think. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, I was thinking something circular, but large circular. So let's go here. Okay. So I'm going to get... I don't have any clips. I've used them all for me tidying up. What can you do? I don't know. Oh, just quickly, actually, before I digress into here. So, yeah, this piece of card I was playing with when I was playing with... Well, I said I was playing and I had to actually do something. So this tape here is part of a new stamp and mask tape that me and Sam have found. And I've used the new circles of Journal Art Elements 3 to sort of create this my own washi tape here. Now this started going not at all how I wanted it to go, so that's why I sort of biffed it and decided to do something proper. But you can see it's really, really cool, but I'll get you some more details on that next week. Basically because I just haven't had time. Unbelievably, I don't have this journal. Sam doesn't have this journal. She has its daddy. She has the 10x14. Which is big, but I desperately want one. It's like, because it's not big in like a horrible way. It's just got this lovely big open space. My problem is I would have to keep my desk so much cleaner. So that might be where I come unstuck. Do you have any journals? Journals. Oh, these mixed media journals. Oh, I tell ya. Just goes to show you. What hanging around with my kids for 2 weeks does. Oh, I love it. I'm already dreading them going back. I can't lie. Like, dreading it. Hideous. Hideous. Right, I think I'm going to get... I want more of a marker. How big are these? These are all 0.5. I'm going to go for... I don't know if that smudges. A 0.8. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get something circular. So let's get an easy frame. Okay. In fact, I don't think that's going to be big enough. I think I'm just going to have to freehand it. I want a free-handed circle. Okay, so we're going to go... I want it like that sort of size. So I'm going to... Okay. And then... we're going to add in some of the journal art elements from here. Okay, and I'm going to take my VersaFine Claire And this is the square block from the small blocks, but I might go to the biggest of the squares. I might go to the round one because I think that's going to be enough. Okay. Will that go on there? No, that will have to go on this one. Okay. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to put some of those coming off down here. So this is me and sort of just like a going for it. So I haven't gessoed this page. So if you're stamping, this is a textured cardstock, sort of like a cotton. So your stamping will sort of be more distressed. You will have it rough. It will have the textured effect of the cardstock underneath. Oh dear. I'm having one of those days where I should just stop talking because I feel like it's turning into innuendo bingo. Love the finished journal page on the opposite side. Was there a live for that one? Absolutely there was. It is now on the YouTube channel, I'm absolutely sure. But I will check that if Sammy doesn't have a chance to before the end. Right, so I'm going to go to... As an extra you disliked him, go, honestly, I hate it. So we're going to go for this swirly one here. Now, because it's quite sketchy, I think, on the backing card, some of it looks like the circles haven't completed, but they absolutely have. And watching how I drew this, it will become very clear how this came into being. Okay, so we're going to ink this up. Yeah? I'm going to turn it. And then... how have I got dirty fingerprints already? I mean, what is wrong with me? Don't answer. It wasn't actually a question. Okay. Oh yeah, they're not allowed to leave home anyway. So, and then we're going to go in with some of the hearts down here. So these are just, for example, you will have seen me draw hearts like these. You see them over here in the white pen? Okay. So you've seen me draw these hearts. Now, this is one of these things that I'm asked for a lot. And I did go through a phase many years ago. I did this lovely little lines. I used to draw lines along the edge of my Dinkables. And somebody asked me for it in a stamp. And I was like, well, you can just draw along the side of your Inkable. And she went, yes, I can. She says, but if I want to repeat the pattern exactly, she says that's really difficult and it takes lots of time. Not to mention the fact that means I have to have the colours of pen that I want to be using on the project. Whereas if I have the stamp, I will have an ink pad that works. So it just sort of... You loved it when you left. It showed you it was ready for the world. Oh, mine are ready for the world. I'm not just ready for them to be in it without me. But in fairness, mine are only 14 and 9 right now. So, you know, I'm alright. Okay. So I'm going to go in now with this one here, which I think, to be honest, you could adapt really well to sort of leopard spots if you wanted to. Which is quite cool. So to anybody just joining in now, these are the new stamps that are being launched on the 26th of April. So there aren't any links to get these right now. But they're absolutely lovely. And so we just thought we'd have a little stamp up of using them. Okay, I actually might use this little one to go all the way around. But we'll come back. Maybe not yet. Okay. So what else? What we're going to do is we're going to use all of the stamps off here. We're going to use all of them. Okay, so what haven't we used yet? Oh, we haven't used this one, which is this sort of paint splat lattice sort of thing. is what I would have called it back in the old days when we did it individually. Okay, so we're just gonna, yeah, I just like having my girlies with me, to be honest. Just a preference. Now we're gonna go up into here. And this thing, obviously you don't have to use all of these all the time. You can pick and choose, but I just want to, I want to basically. So I will. I'm just going to wipe that excess ink off my... Whoa! I just nearly dropped that on my brand new Stranger Things t-shirt. Wounded. I would have been upset, I'm not going to lie. Okay. Now that's cool. Okay, and I think again this is one that just looking at it, you know that that's going to come in so handy. No, we're going to need a different shape for this one. It's too big. We might have to come back to the paint one actually. Might have to come back to the paint in the numbers until I've added more in that I want. Okay, because I want to add some colour. And then I'm going to go for, so I'm just going to heat set this, okay? But I think that is really cool, and if you wanted just to add a load of words into that now, I think that would be a perfectly suitable art journal page. You know, I'm not saying you have to add a lot more to it. I think that's absolutely fab. I also think that would be a great background, like for example, if you were going to do some really colourful of the doodle art butterflies or the ladybirds, and you could add them in and whatever, that would be quite awesome. I think. Okay. I'm going to get a pink palette. And I'm going to get some Dilutions inks because I want to create sort of like a wash kind of effect. So I've got some yellow and I've got some, I want sort of like a pinky and a blue. So I'm going to go for bubblegum pink and I'm not sure on whether I want to go polished jade or calypso teal right now. So I'm going to bring them both and see what I think. I think it's probably going to be calypso teal. Yeah, there is quite a bit of white space. I am going to go more white space, assuming I don't overwater my inks, of course. But I'm going to try. I think it's because I really like this. I like the monochromatic look of it. I think it's really pretty. Louise, you're still resisting the Dilutions urge. It shan't last forever, so enjoy it while it does. Is all I'm going to say. Right, so what I am actually going to do is I'm going to put just some bubblegum pink. Some lemon zest. Now, in fairness, you could just do this with the bottles if you were, you know, clean enough to take your brush out each time. I'm just not. So we'll go with our 3 primaries there. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just add some water in, and I'm going to add it in around the circle. Okay, that we've put in there. Go in with that circle. And then I'm going to go in with some of these. And we're going to go in around here. Maybe with some of the yellow around here. Oh yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what I should have done. A little bit on here. Sorry, I'm concentrating again. Do you see how that went straight to green though? With the smallest bit of blue, the Calypso teal. And then more of the blue here. And then a touch more of the pink. Okay. And then I'm going to use another bit of my watercolour paper. To soak up some of this that's down here. It's gone into the seam. And what I'll do, you see, is I'll just pipette this back into the bottles. So it doesn't get wasted. Usually I have some kitchen roll, but I haven't got any. But the painter towel's going to get it in a minute, that's for sure. Oh, there's a tissue. That might just be quicker. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, and then we're going to heat. Because I'm actually really liking how this is looking, so I just want to sort of go with it as it is. Alrighty. So, have you put your paint towels in the wash? I actually have. I've got one. My worry is if I soak up too much ink with it, I won't have it for brushes or anything. So, just go on. And I think this is the thing, you know, when you first draw a circle and it's scribbly and whatever, you can be like, oh, it's not a perfect circle or blah, 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 blah. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. That's not the point at all. Not even close. Okay. Now, I want to put one of my faces in here, but I think it's become very clear that stamping one of my faces in here directly is possibly a bad idea. Because of the texture and I haven't prepped the surface. Okay. And we don't want that. And the thing is as well, now you've got your colours, okay, what you could also do is you could go in here with your, if you wanted to, I'm actually really going to try and leave white space, really, really, really. What you could also do is go in here with your distress ink and things and those, and your journal art elements and add in a load more if you wanted to fill the space. You know, that is something else. you could do. So, just going to put this up here. Okay. Then we might put that to the side a second and let it dry a little. But I think what you can, you know, is also fun. You can take some more Euro Dilutions now and add on. And basically, but honestly, I've got my brand new Stranger Things t-shirt on and I don't want to wreck it. That's my biggest concern right now, which is kind of sad in a way, but here we are. And then take your bubblegum pink, put that on. And that's just with those 3 colours, okay? So, you know what I like to show you is we're not telling you you need to have every... I could put it on that new tissue. That new stamping tissue. Where have I put it though, Sam? Where have I put the new stamping tissue? That's not it. See, I thought I was doing well because I knew where the new stamp and mask tape was. And now I failed. Oh well. You can't have it all. You can't have it all. Do you know what I mean? I've sorted out my templates. And whatever. So, no. There's a peak, obviously. Okay. Now, I think we need... I'll tell you what we haven't done. We haven't added any Dinkables. The new big Inkables, big ones, sorry. So I think we're going to go to the circly circles that are over here. And we're going to get some picked raspberry. Oh, I have got paint on my new t-shirt. Ink even. As in all up it. I'm not even joking. Bubblegum pink. All up it. Ruddy marvellous. That and... What blue? What blue? I'm trying to think of a distress ink. It's like Calypso Teal. I can't, so we're going to go with Prize Ribbon. Because at least then we're sticking with those primary colours. Okay. So we're going to go with the mustard seed first. Okay. That white space is already being eaten into, innit? Put those there. And then go for some peacock feathers. Interesting turn of events. Alison, I don't think I have peacock feathers in Oxide. Then we'll do some of the Prize Ribbon. We're only going to do a little bit of that. Okay. And then onto some picked raspberry. I'm going to turn it over, just so I don't pick up any of the other ink. Because, you know, turning it over is easier than washing it, isn't it? I thought it was funny. Yeah. Right, anymore, and there's not going to be any white space left, is there? Okay. So now I'm going with Scene, because I absolutely love Scene. I think it could be anyone. I think it's just got the scope to be a really good universal stamp, basically. It seemed too big to go on this bit of waste tissue I've found. No, I think they'll be okay. Right. And here we go. We're going to take scene. So I haven't actually stamped scene yet. I was waiting for the perfect time. Now, what would be good, in fairness, on this project is going in with the acetate as well. You could do scene either way. I'm actually tempted to go in with the acetate. What do we think? Do we think the acetate or on the tissue? I honestly don't mind either way. It doesn't bother me. Acetate or tissue? Tell me what you see. Tell me what you think. Tissue, acetate. You guys are tissue, tissue, tissue. The tissues have won it. Okay, that's fine. I'll use the acetate for something else. But you're a very mixed bag, I have to say. I like that you like the idea of using the acetate, though. That's good. That is cracking in actual fact. Okay, so we're going to go on. Like I said before, if you missed it, Sam and I have sourced some stamping tissue, which is just, it's not as heavy duty or anything as the Dina Wakley collage paper. It's not. It's more of a stamping tissue. It's just a better weight than like the cheap tissue paper you can get in the thing. So the cost reflects this. It's not the price of the Dina Wakley stuff either. But I seem to have lost my sample pack. Right. So we're going to go on with scene. There. Okay. So this is the second to largest Super Skinny Slim in the 4-pack. Okay. And so you can get that one in the 4-pack, but obviously we do have the A4 as well, and that's really popular for people to put their jelly plate on and things like that. Look at that, blooming stunning. Love it. Now the reason I wanted to use the colours we have, I'll just drop the acetate on the floor. The reason I wanted to use the colours we have for this page is because when we did the packaging for scene, like all the art stamps, scene has this sort of watercolour effect behind. If you see, it's on all of them now, and I just thought how great the rainbow colours looked with this stamp, so that's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to go around. What did I do with that paintbrush? And don't say over there by the thingamajig, that only works when I say it. But it was back in the paintbrush pot. I don't think any of you could have predicted that one. This has got a couple of rips in it, but I'm okay with that. Didn't really have much of a choice. Like I've said to you before, everything's texture, okay? Everything adds. So don't fret. Either 2 bar in your water. It actually wasn't in my water, but it was in the paint tub. Like I said, who on earth would have guessed that? None of you guys, because you obviously know me well enough. Right, I'm just going to give that a quick heat set. Because I've done with the VersaFine Clay. I just want to make sure it doesn't run when I do the collage medium. Okay, and obviously if you wanted a slightly paler effect, you could go on that way. And that does sort of rotate the image. And I do sometimes think, by simply inverting the image, it does give it a real different look. I think we all noticed that with Dream, didn't we? When we inverted the image. Who are you? Or putting things back in their place. It's not. If it makes you feel any better, there was literally just a crafter lunch next to me. Do you know what I mean? Normal service has been resumed. I told you it wouldn't last very long. Okay. And then, so we're going to go on with some collage medium. Now you will get a little bit of movement in your dilutions and in your distress oxides when you're going on to here with your collage medium. Okay, so I'm just going to paint the back of this as well. And then, so I'm just gonna do a quick. So there you go. There we go. Now, with your collage medium, okay, you can put that on and get it absolutely stuck. So you've got none of these fluffy edges at the end. But I actually quite like these little ripped ones at the bottom, so I'm going to leave them. I'm just going to put a little bit more there. But I'm going to leave these little fluffy bits at the bottom. And because they're pink as well, I think it just sort of lifts the bottom slightly. Yeah, so you see like that bit's ripped. That's okay. Get that back or not? No. Okay. So then we've got a scene on there. And like I said, by stamping onto that tissue, it just gives you that. But I absolutely love scene. Really, really good. So, and then we're going to go for one of Sam's new handwritten words. I apologise, I'll put my paintbrush in my mouth. It doesn't need to make sense. It needs to make you happy. Okay? Again, we're going for sort of like, we're going for a mood. We're going for a vibe. Good vibes. Okay, so it doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to make you happy. I've really got to stop putting my paintbrush in my mouth when I'm talking. Okay. So again, we'll give that a bit of a wafty waft with the old heat tool. This one I'm just going to see if I can rip round it without getting it wet. Which is me taking a monumental risk, actually. Going on here. I was doing so well right until that last bit. So and that's going to go slightly over the top of scene there. I absolutely love these stamps. I have wished for most of my life, not even my adult life, most of my life, to be able to have handwriting like Sam. And now I can, whenever I want. Which is great. Okay. So the creative team will be starting to share samples from, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the event up on the Be Crafty page, and as soon as I do that, they will start sharing their glorious samples with you. Okay, and I want this one to really sort of mesh in. Which is uber cool. Awesome. It's over there. So I think I've missed an entire convo, so I am sorry about that. And guess what, boys and girls, ladies and gents, I'm actually going to stop. I'm going to leave all that white space because I think it's absolutely fab, and I'm really, really, really happy with it. So I hope you like it too. Well, look, and that's actually pretty good time. Pretty good time. Love it. Okay. So, like I say, for anyone that joined us later, these are the brand new stamps that are going on. I'm really worried that it's not picking up how bright these colours are. These beautiful new stamps are going to be launched on Create and Craft on Tuesday of next week. We really hope that you can tune in and join us. It looks amazing, but you're behaving very strange today. Oh, Noelle, that's just me. You know, when you think I'm going to zig, I'm going to zag. And then when you think I'm going to zag, I'm going to zag. So that you're not ready for the next time when I zig. You see? Just keep me on your toes, kid. Alright? And yeah, and all these lovely circles. And basically, all I started with was that scribbled circle. Now, in fairness, if you were working in your smaller journal, for example, like your 6x6 or something like that, you could always use your easy frame, and that'll give you a really nice starter circle that you can then scribble over, which will make it, you know. But like I say, there'll be lots of inspiration coming up using these. You'll see the creative team have made some absolutely fantastic projects. And then tomorrow at 2 o'clock, Sam is live in Crafting Together with all brands. So you can catch her in there and join in and see what she's made. And then Sally will also be back here tomorrow night doing some more fantastic things with these stamps. So there's lots being done over the next 24 hours for you to see what's coming. And then we'll and like I say, and then I'll get the event up on Thursday, and the creative team will start sharing more samples and whatever over the weekend, and I'll start putting them up too. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. I really like my little rainbow of joy. It's actually very pretty. This is the thing where it's kind of opposite to the mandala page, but it's got lots of things in common. You know, like the circles and, you know, oh, I never put the numbers on. Oh, interesting. But, you know, it's got things in common. So, and that's, and like I've said before, if I'm not doing a double page layout, I almost like the 2 pages to clash, so that they definitely look like they weren't done on the same day. For whatever reason, it's just my way. So thank you so much for joining me this evening, guys. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend and week so far. And like I say, don't forget, you've got Sam tomorrow in Crafting Together and Sally tomorrow right here in the evening. Thanks, guys. Bye.